everything aligns when you are ready to receive and meet the moment, because hard work does actually pay off. And then the right people come into your corner and to help you get to reach the end line of your goal. But you have to put in the effort.
Welcome to the GenC podcast. I am one of your hosts, blessed with the best, JP Jackson.
Yo, it's again about numbered.
To my far right, with a full comb over.
That's not the word.
Mr. Rizan.
I'm representing cruise control.
Cruise
Puff Adder.
To the audio listeners, welcome to the podcast.
Happy to have you. We're not serious. We're not serious.
So I just need to get that out.
I apologize in advance.
I should
have apologized off here. In the middle today. This is not a real person. This is an abs. Like, what is your life?
You're going to start the interview like that.
From the GQ, originally PV.
Yep.
But lived in Cape Town for a while.
Yes.
We have Clayton Morar.
Welcome,
Thank
Clayton.
you guys for having me. It's so nice to be here.
Welcome,
Thank
welcome.
you.
Also, do I say the R? Do I neglect the last R there? Do I just leave it?
Morar.
Do I roar?
I'm not used to always flexing, but for the purpose of this, just to let the people know.
There you go.
When I interviewed Wendy Williams at her studio in New York.
Hello. Sorry. My apologies.
That's actually how you're doing.
Sorry.
But A for effort. A for effort. She said on a video, which I have on my IG, this is Clayton Morar and the R is silent. There we go. So, as for Wendy Williams.
Oh, no.
Welcome, Clayton. You're welcome. We're very lucky to have you. Let's just dive in.
Yeah, why?
Cool, let's go for it.
Why? Who is Clayton?
You know, that's always an interesting question because I'm so not used to talking about myself. But so you guys are going to be putting me on the spot. But basically who I am is by heart a connector and a storyteller. What I do is publicity and public relations. So, I'm a publicist by nature. And then from a personal perspective, I'm just a person who is authentic. I'm family orientated. And my aim is to live life to the fullest and accomplish dreams. So that's who I am in a nutshell.
Your first sort of dream or goal was to be a journalist.
Correct.
What sort of spurred that journey, or tell us why you wanted to do that to begin with?
Well, growing up in Gqeberha, I'm so used to still saying P. Completely.
We said what it was to begin with. Let's call it P.
I grew up in an entertainment sort of focused family. My aunt was one of the first people of color to own a ballet school in the 60s and 70s.
Amazing.
So I grew up in entertainment, so to speak. But I mean, I was born in 84, so I got the latter end of it. But historically, she was someone that was well known. During apartheid, that had a ballet school. And she was the first colored woman to have that. Sure. So as a family, we were raised around music and the arts.
What was her name, Clayton?
Sybil Chalice. Sybil Chalice, yeah. She's living in Australia now. She's in her 80s, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, my mom, them were 8 kids. So, big family. Lots of cousins.
Yeah. No electricity.
No, my grandmother used to say we never had TV back in the day. So that's what happened. And because of that, everybody was involved in the ballet school. And by the time they'd immigrated to Australia, Auntie Sybil and Uncle Willie and her kids, that was in 87. So I was pretty much like 3 years old. But the year prior to that, they had this big 25th anniversary show in the PE Opera House.
Sure.
So that's one of the first sort of growing up in your year of the ballet side. So there was always entertainment, and then growing up with music, like in every colored household, sort of like what the Heart FM Sundays. We have I'll Go FM obviously in the Eastern Cape. So it was a similar adult contemporary R&B style. So I always, and also because it was not one of the main cities that got all the action entertainment, we were somewhat starved to the extent when like someone really popular comes, it would be a big deal for us. So we just always wanted that. So from that was the idea of, I really want to be in an entertainment industry, but not in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I knew my tools and my strengths were behind the scenes.
Okay.
So journalism was always something that I enjoyed, but I also loved writing.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of married those skills together, yes.
Wow.
And then amazing. just like wow. No, because I think like a lot of us have this like, oh, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And we kind of like we kind of starting from scratch. So there is a bit of like, there's a blessing there that you had the room around it, but it's also the fact that you made it happen.
Yeah.
And then so from PE, then you decided to move to the entertainment capital, if you will.
Well, look, that's under contention because Joburg is known for where TV shows were always shot and produced.
Touche.
But at some point, half of my mom's siblings with their families moved to Johannesburg. So if I'd moved there, it would have been an easy transition to get acquainted. But I didn't really like at the time the lifestyle of Joburg. Remember, Joburg back then was always crime and hijacking, and you always heard the horror stories. But that's where you went to go do business. So I thought, how could I marry the laid backness of PE, but still get a bit of an entertainment lifestyle? So Cape Town seemed a natural progression.
Okay.
So it was meant to be Seven de Laan in Joburg, but then it was Seven de Laan in Kensington.
Oh wow! Don't undersell Cape Town like that. It is backstage. Remember, backstage was shot in Cape Town.
Pam Andrews,
Losha Cooper, Samizi, you name it. Clint Brink started out there as well.
Wait, I used to watch backstage, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think
It's
you're
the one
giving
with
away
the
your
stencil.
age now.
The one with the stencil.
The one with the stencil.
And well, yes, very. Look at you, JP. Yes, and then also it was shot on the Cape Town Parade. That's what I remember growing up in PE. It was like that's where dreams are made of.
Sure.
Where you see the parade and the Cape Town
In
City Hall
Cape
and the train station in the intro.
In the intro,
yeah.
Okay.
And dancing on those like stages.
Do you know they used to also, what is it? Soul Body.
Sister Bettina. Here we go. Yeah.
So, but coming from Gqeberha and now into the city, isn't it a bigger,
Yes.
fast movie? How did you adapt to? Because you said your family went to Joburg, so you didn't really have the support network here.
I didn't when I started out. I moved here only with a dream in mind.
Manalian.
Very much so.
Wow.
19 years ago, so actually, I'll backtrack for you a little bit. So I matriculated in 2001 and went to go study journalism at then PE Technikon, before the amalgamation came with all the universities and became something of technology or whatever. But so in 2005, I graduated under the NMU. It was first NMMU, Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University. So we were the first faculty for journalism under that sort of new name change.
Wow.
And then, but like with any sort of degree or whatever, you need to have in-service training and internship. So in 2004, I'd had my first bit of Cape Town stint where I worked at TV Plus magazine because I wrote to them and I convinced them to make me their first intern.
Wow.
And why? And what had happened was, and obviously this leads to also a bit of the fascination with the celebs, I used to collect autographs.
Yeah.
Back in the day. So it's all tied to this. We'll get to that. And because of that, I felt it was a way to get a piece of the action of the star and get a close proximity, but still with me not wanting to be a star. I just felt that what is so intriguing about them in the spotlight, that by osmosis, how do I emulate that with my skills and my passion? So it was a way to also disarm people where it wasn't paparazzi, but it was a way for people to see me and to get to know me because I knew I was going to do something in the industry. And I'd written to TV Plus to say, you guys, like every newspaper and magazine had, write to your favorite star, here's autograph addresses. But I felt they were using the incorrect ones because I'd been collecting since the age of 13.
Okay.
And
What was the first one?
Steffi Graf, tennis. Major tennis fan.
Wow.
Major tennis fan. That was the very, very first one. I was still in grade 8. I'll never forget it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I started watching tennis at the age of 11.
Question. Is Steffi Graf the original?
No, that was Monica Seles.
Oh, okay.
She was more of a quiet German. Yeah. executioner on the tennis court. She's now married to Andre Agassi, and it worked out so great that he was my favorite male tennis player, and she was my favorite female, and they ended up marrying, and they're now married for 20 odd years with kids and all. So and that's when I started playing tennis.
I'll just confess, my tennis knowledge is 100% 30 seconds.
So Nadal, Roger.
So basically, so the timer's gonna go out before you answer the question.
So I know to describe all of them.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell you what they look like.
Okay, how old are you?
31.
Okay, well, so I'm 10 years older than you. So based on that, you are going to be more around the Venus Williams era.
Of course, of course.
So I'm still the era just a little bit.
No, like for example, like I know Boris Becker, Bjorn Borg. I know,
yes,
I know
historically, yes. But that's the Steffi Graf era. You understand?
That's why I know the name, and it's like, what's her claim to fame? So, nice.
Yeah, no, she. Yeah, this is a bit of a contentious one. I know people. No, for me, people say Serena's the GOAT. She is, but I think people are only saying it based on her background and what was sacrificed on how she got there.
Okay.
I'm not taking it away from her.
She's your GOAT.
No. So Steffi Graf, if you look at the statistically, she trumps Serena in a lot of different ways.
Talk.
So because of that, when they say that, obviously as a person of color, I want, I would say they should be joined, but everybody's just labeling Serena as the GOAT because for a long time, Steffi had 22 Grand Slam titles. Serena's now, she played until the age of 40.
Yeah.
And she's got 23. Serena, Whitney, Steffi, all the musical influences. Steffi was 30 or 31 when she retired.
Yeah.
So Serena had 10 years on her to still break the record. So you need to look at it when you're comparing apples for apples. Steffi still holds the record for the most weeks at number one, which is 377.
I mean,
we can go on. We can go on.
You were right, Rizada. Who do we have?
We could go on. We could go on. So
your views expressed.
Yes. So with that, she's had a huge influence. Like I watched her play, and my slice back and my forehand is based on watching Steffi play.
Wow.
I made EP province for tennis. I've got colors for tennis at high school. I've now transitioned to playing paddle, which everybody says is the new golf. So basically, we should do a GenC podcast paddle game.
I think paddle is the new squash, but
no. Paddle is if squash and tennis had a baby.
But we all know you're playing paddle for the business, Clayton. You're not playing paddle for the,
not
for the love
necessarily.
of the game.
No, it is for the love of the game. I'll meet you guys on the court. Let's talk. Let's do this.
Yeah,
I don't make enough money. That's well said. I'll bring it down.
Anyway, yes, you see, we digress. The five tabs are open over here.
We knew where we were.
So I wrote to TV Plus during my final year, my third year. Well, in my second year actually, but in the final year I had to have 6 months of in-service training. And I pretty much motivated to them that, first of all, I check out your autograph addresses. I want to be a contributor. This is how I can help you guys. Let me help you. And they said, great, write an article about writing to your star and how to go about it and the tricks in the trade. And that published in January 2004. Forget how many years ago. 21 years ago. And basis on that, I negotiated for them to have their first ever intern, which then I did that for 6 months and I moved to Cape Town. And then I still stayed in Zonnebloem, so it was very close to the Media 24 building. So this was like the first time out of house, living on my own, pretty much no one I knew. And I had to build friendships and relationships from scratch. Went back to PE, graduated 2005, got my first corporate gig, first job outside of qualifying. It was at a corporate communications company. That really helped me a lot. Just pretty much how to structure articles, getting a bit about the serious side of things, not just the entertainment stuff. But because they really wanted me to come back, I was freelancing for a whole year and a half while doing, as a side hustle, while doing that job. And then when they went weekly in 2006, I was offered a permanent post. So I joined here. I started 1st of October 2006. So it was just my 19th year anniversary in Cape Town. I already have the passport, so yeah. I'm Cape Townian after year 10 already. And I haven't looked back ever since. It's been really an amazing... And then from there, obviously, moving from junior writer, worked until assistant news editor, I left that position in 2011. I resigned because it was at the time when blogging and Facebook and Twitter and everything was popping.
Yeah.
It was this new sort of social media. What is this?
Yeah.
The birth of the digital era. And I wanted to explore more opportunities because, everybody saw what I was doing. Obviously, the autographs had still continued. I'd met so many more people through interviewing, through the photos of the celebrities that I met. So people wondering, like, who's this guy? How can we get him to be a celebrity expert?
Yeah.
So before there originally was a GenC who would do all the red carpet reporting, I did that for Channel 24. I had a 18th month commentator slot on Heart FM with Irma G and Diggy Bongs. I was on Expresso for about 6 to 8 months, doing the gossip on a Wednesday with Liesel van der Westhuizen and then Graham and Ewan and all the original presenters of Expresso. I freelanced for City Press, Channel 24, Sunday World. So those sort of how I started the entertainment side.
What is your life?
It sounds so glamorous, but you have to. You've got to hustle. People are doing it now, but if you really like something so much and you call it your passion and you really want to be great at something, you have to put in the 10,000 hours.
Ooh.
That's what we forget because influencers, unfortunately, sort of glorify that. Oh, if I get this unboxing, if I get this, it's just easy. That's obviously the notion that comes with it, but we also know it's a give and take with that.
Give and take,
it's a perception that people have. That's why I'm mentioning that. But you have to put in the work in order to show people how it's done.
But I think, Clayton, living that life, taking pictures with the celebrities that you have taken, what makes you decide to go on your own then?
Well, this was the thing. As much as it was cute for everybody else to see that, I wasn't getting the respect from industry people because they treated me like a fan.
Okay.
So when you're collecting autographs, they were like, oh, that's cute. I deal with fans every day, but you're not getting access to me. There's a boundary up.
Okay.
And my thing is, as much as I am, obviously we all are fans of many people for different influences, I didn't just want to be known as a fan. I wanted to be taken seriously. Yeah. So it's like when you want to enter the boardroom, you want to play with the big wigs and be an equal. Yeah. So for that reason, the reason how I came about it, I laugh at my brain because not many people know all of these things behind the scenes. My friends know this. So it's going to come across like flexing because normally I wouldn't do this. But the reason why I started thinking differently...
I recently I was put on a nasal steroid, so if you start seeing some developments.
Nasal steroid. Oh, excuse us. Never done one before.
Chill out, bro.
My sort of come to Jesus moment happened in Los Angeles. So that's what I'm saying. You see why I prefaced with the flexing thing? Because just to prepare you, but no, design.
But more preparing his face. I mean, not him as a person.
Was because in 2012, because often when you work in the journalism industry, you have to work with publicists, obviously. So that's also where I'm on the other side. That's a bit of a fast forward statement. Yeah. But interviewing international talent, as they are referred to, is not that difficult, but you've got to work through the local broadcasters, which is your TV channels like SABC 1, 2, 3, ETV, etc., DSTV, Mnet. They then work with the publicists in LA and New York and wherever else to set up the interviews. So at TV Plus, for example, my job was to interview the cast of Generation. So like everybody has a genre. My beat was reality TV, Generations, and talk shows. So with that, I would interview any genre, Survivor, Big Brother, Amazing Race, The Apprentice, you name it. Anything that falls under reality TV, locally and internationally, was my beat.
Okay.
And with that in mind, you would have to then place interviews through the local broadcaster if you wanted to, a new season of a show was coming out, so that they would set up times with the talent on that side. Okay. Anyway, so with that in mind, in 2012, I was the only journalist from South Africa that went to the BET Awards. Because I'd done via the local broadcaster, that's why I'm giving you the context.
Yeah. Not a flex.
Just not at all. Just reality. I'm all about context. Of course. Because I don't want to leave anything to misinterpretation. Of that. So with that, being in Los Angeles, and this is something, my 10-year-old self was like, holy crap. I'm in LA. I dreamt about this my entire life. I, fantasize one day, we all say one day when I make it big, all of those things, like your childhood self really comes like, I can't believe I'm here to meet this moment. But are you ready and brave enough? Because it's also overwhelming. It's daunting. Yeah. You by yourself. You have to now figure out how does this work. It's a very different setup to South Africa. Yeah. In terms of just rules at an event of that nature. It's not just the type of event I'm used to on this side. This is now in 2012. Anyway, fast forward that day, I interviewed. I've got photos with Nicki Minaj, Common, Kelly Rowland, Boris Kojo.
Silly.
All of this on the red carpet as they're walking in. So everything that you see really happens with the craziness of shouting and screaming the names to get their attention. And what helped me was they didn't know me because obviously the more you interview them, people have relationships. So you'll see I'm standing next to E! Entertainment, Access Hollywood, all the big US broadcasters. And I have just a sign that says, I'm from South Africa. So that gets everybody intrigued because they're bypassing all these other, the bloggers are coming. And then you're from South Africa. Oh, Africa. Oh, no, we're going to talk. So then the manager first does a sweep to see who's who while they're doing an interview at the one sort of press outlet. Yeah. Then they're like, okay, we're going there next. So that's also you learning how it's happening in real time. Ray J came, spoke to me, Tamia, Brandy, Monica. I can go through the list. It was crazy. I was like, I basically, my soul left my body. First time. Yeah. And then I realized this not only excited me, but I belonged here. Then I realized, how do you make that your career, but without coming across that you're this fan who wants an autograph?
Okay.
Then I came back to South Africa, and 2 months later, I burnt 95% of my autograph collection.
Like metaphorically?
No, physically got rid of it, burnt it, as freeing myself from that stigma. I kept the other 5% because they're valuable, and I could cash it in and sell it one day, like Mother Teresa's autograph. We're talking about the real ones, not some let me get a reality TV presenter's autograph type of thing. It was like the real one. So that's like for insurance and
wait. Sorry, wait.
Yeah, like the real, because I had 5,500 when I decided to burn my collection. So I have kept 500 pretty much. Yeah. Because I would just get anybody that was on TV, and you thought that they were famous, or
I hear you.
And that's also what helped me, because then people, in a way, it helped me because people disarmed their guards.
Yes.
Because at that time, Heat magazine was popping, so I didn't get he's from Heat, let's not. They allowed me to sit at the table, but also with a little bit of reservation, because he was nice, he was kind, he wasn't going to screw us over. And then that's where a lot of my relationships were built. So that is why over the years, I didn't realize at the time, but thankful to therapy and wisdom and maturity, I now realize that was actually my foundation of what was going to help build my PR business.
Okay.
So everything you're doing now, you don't realize it actually comes to a point where those efforts and
that was actually my question, was that what was your sort of stars aligning moment? Because your come up was in the noughties.
Oh yes.
and when I think about the noughties, that's where all of our favorite music, all of our favorite artists they popped off. Yeah. The 50 Cent era, the Eminem era, and people were still alive then.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Yes.
And also the especially our country was sort of 10 years already removed from the era of freedom. We were 10 years old.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more accessibility, a lot more openness, a lot more freedom for us to be.
Correct.
And so what was your sort of my stars are aligning right now. This is the right time for me. In that from 2000 till 2012. What was the...
There's many, you're making me think now, which is why I'm I don't know where my brain is going. There's so many stuff to fit into one moment.
We've got time.
Of course, that's what editing is for. I still feel to this day, I don't feel like I've arrived. Let's just put that out
Interesting.
there. And because of that, you're only as good as your last project or client.
Okay.
Because if you do feel like you've arrived, you're peaking.
Huh.
So let's just keep that on the back burner as I'm about to answer. What made the transition for me to peak was when I interviewed Oprah. That's the pinnacle of the journalism industry.
I apologize for the language. Silly. Like, what?
So with that in mind, there are 3 people that have influenced me in my entire life for different reasons.
Yeah.
Like everybody, we all got childhood trauma in some way, shape, or form, family issues, whatever that looks like. So Mariah Carey was always one person.
Of course.
From the age of 7, when I first saw her perform at the 1991 Grammy Awards on TV on Mnet, and I was all but in sub B. Well, for the new ones, grade 2. Thank you for the assist there. I'll never forget it. It was February 91, and we grew up with Whitney in the house and all the cool R&B from Diana Ross to Marvin Gaye and Luther Vandross and you name it, and Lionel Richie, and the list can go on. All the R&B legends. And Mariah, when I heard her voice, there was something that just drew me to that. Even though we know Whitney's vocals are unmatched. Yeah. But I'll never forget how her music just spoke to me in a way that I couldn't relate to any other artist or musician. And so
she was only in the fridge then. She wasn't in the freezer yet.
Actually, if you see her latest video, she said it's time.
Every
1st of November, it's time. We can start saying all I want for Ramadan is you. I said that for the shock factor for you.
And you got me.
Of course. So it started off. It was, you see, everything with me has been a series of sort of moments or sequences.
But I love you started the show by saying, I'm a storyteller.
Yes.
And you giving us the storytelling.
Yes. You're a man
so
of your
don't
word.
Be sorry.
Yeah.
You're a man of your word.
You're a man of your word.
100%. 100% I am. 2009, on the 4th of April, which ties into what you asked me off air about what is this for the nostalgia mean. This is a representation of the day I met Mariah. At the one and only hotel in Cape Town. That is when I met her. She was flown down by Saul Kersner to attend at the opening with Robert De Niro and Tanda Newton and everybody else. I didn't get invited to the event. However,
you were there.
I promised myself and everybody else that knew me since I was 7 years old. Everybody knew, and I said one day, I've said it, and it's also manifesting, which you don't realize the power of the tongue. One day I'm going to meet Mariah. And some people take it as a joke. Whatever your hero is, or you're like, one day I'm going to meet that person. I meant it. Like I knew it was going to happen some way or the other. And it all came out of Twitter. See, our social media pops and we are now social media addicts. But she tweeted while I was sitting in the office at TV Plus with my colleagues, also was a big Mariah fan. Just finished up in studio on my way to S.Africa. And I said to him, WTF. There's no concert that we know of. What's going on? I made calls and calls and calls, and people that were involved that I saw the reports. I had unconfirmed reports that she was going to attend, but we didn't want to now get excited for nothing. So the two of us, we tracked down from when she tweeted to when the next flights from when she was coming down.
Mano in the lane.
No. You know, she started the sidebar, name calling for fans. She started the whole thing. She's got lambs. And she calls them her lamely. Then Rihanna got the Navy, and then the Bobs, and then Beehive for Beehive. Like she was the originator for the name calling for a collective noun for fans. So anyway, we managed to track her down to the airport. We got her as she arrived at Cape Town International. Nobody had confirmed this. We just went on gut instinct, like completely.
Lekker.
So that was on the 2nd of April. She arrived. I was the only person she signed a magazine cover for at the airport because she with a lamely, she's got a special language that she uses. Then she'll know that you're a lamb. So one would be, I said to her, okay, you don't call her Mariah, lambs call her Mimi. M-I-M-I. That's why the emancipation of Mimi came about in 2005.
Okay.
I said, Mimi, you're a stone winner, darling. Can I please get a picture for the nostalgia?
Yo, talk to me nice. That was coded.
I say no. Obviously the security guards around her were like, it's Mariah, like, hell no, whatever. And she was like, no, he's a lamb, I'm gonna sign it. And I'm like, but I want the photo. I can't just get a photo of her signing the magazine cover. Like, I need proof that I'm standing next to the queen. Anyway, 2 days pass. I'm trying to figure out how do we get an invite. The launch happens. I think that was like a Thursday because I remember it being a Saturday. I'm glued to the Twitter and she goes, okay, so the Friday, Nick Canon arrives. Their promise was, if you come down, we're going to introduce you to Mandela. So that was the draw card for these celebrities. And we all know everybody wanted to meet Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
So the Friday we see they release lunch photos at the one and only house. Nick Canon, Mariah, Mandela, Sharon Stone was also down. All of these people, they all got the meet and greet with Mandela. Yeah. The original Beyonce was now, you know, the celebrity of the celebrities.
Yeah, the leader of the free world.
Here we go. And then the Saturday, she tweets something about it's almost time to leave Cape Town, and I rush over to that hotel, not having any form of clearance to go in because it was security guard. But this is how the Lord aligns. I bump into someone whose mom I worked with while I casualed at Edgar's Greenacres in Port Elizabeth. You see how it's set out your path.
That sentence is crazy.
No, this is why I'm telling you this. Everything is connected. It's not by coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence.
Yeah, for that.
Oprah says there's no such thing as luck. It's preparation meeting opportunity.
Jeez.
And then he happens to come out at the time I want to walk into the entrance, and I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to you can't give all your traits. And I say, oh my God, nice seeing you. What do you do? He goes, I'm the concierge manager. I was like, Lord, can you deliver anything better on a platter to me? I'm like, my bro, I haven't seen you in 2 years because you left PE. I'm doing this now. Like, where's Mariah coming out? He's like, can you see that's a manager? Now, this is how in tune. I'm like, oh, yes, that's Michael Richardson. That's a road manager and security manager. Oh, I saw the bra now. British, black guy, glasses. Okay, you spotted now. We're following where you're going. And he goes, Mariah insisted a guard of honor as she leaves the hotel to say goodbye. He goes, wait in front. She's coming out in 10 minutes. I'm like, my bro, this is the one time in your life you cannot prank me. Like, I need you to understand this is serious stuff over here. True to his word. I'm standing in front, pretending to be on the phone because I see 17 bodyguards. And I'm like, this is now, you're going to have to be very bold. Things could happen over here if this goes wrong. But again, the Lamely language is going to come through. She comes out with Nick holding hands. And I get off the phone, obviously the pretend phone call, and I say, Mimi. And then the 17 bodyguards literally were like, what's going on? What's going on? Like security. Of course. I'm like, we met the other day. Can I get a photo for the nostalgia, please? And they push me to the side and I almost fall on the ground. Be like, basically, let's sweep her through. She goes, guys, he's a lamb. Let him through. I'm taking the photo. So now I'm thinking, okay, what's going to happen? So the friend of mine, my colleague, he's behind the barricade. So I'm saying, let him through. He's with me. I give the phone to Nick Canon. No, sorry, not the phone, the digital camera. So digital camera era, brother. There was no cell phones that time that could have great picture quality with megapixels. It was BBM era. So that's what happened. But the best kicker, that's always a good sort of party sort of storytelling moment. I really did this to Mariah. Normally they'll take one photo and you must now go off now because for security clearance. And I said to myself, everybody that knows me, how I'm going to brag about this moment, knew that I said I'm going to meet her. This photo can't look shit. Anyway, if it's KAK, you are going to retake this photo. I promise you it's going to happen. This is what I'm thinking. Inside voice. So we're smiling. My friend on the other side at the time, so there's tea there. But we won't go there now. You could be watching. Mariah in the middle and myself on the end. But nicely spaced out so that we could crop each other out of the photo. We work with a strategy. That's what happens. And then Nick takes the photo. And I'm obviously by soulless. When I mean I've left, I don't even know half the interaction. But ultimately, as he gives the camera back, I'm like, Mimi, just hold up. This is me. 5 seconds go past. They're thinking like, what's going on?
What's happening?
Okay, the photo's fine. You can go.
I mean,
because I'm like, this is going to publish now. Facebook, here we come. Send it to everybody. That's what happened. But before she left, she hugged me and I said, like, I had 5 minutes with a big fan. I said, please come perform in South Africa. Like, I've admired you since I was 7. I got the whole, she could hear my story.
She could hear your story.
So with all of that, that was 2009. Oprah was a little bit after 2012, but between 2012 and 2014, I was still doing the freelancing celebrity expert stuff, but not fully into the PR, even though my business was registered in 2012.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was still trying to build the business, but still dabbling into hustle.
Yeah.
And then the final confirmation came when I was one of 5 journalists selected to interview Oprah in 2014 at Gallagher Estate in Johannesburg. She'd come down to do her regular Live Your Best Life event.
Yeah.
By that time, the school was since 2007 launched. So she was every month. Oprah apparently comes into South Africa to see the kids and stuff. I don't know about now, but at the time, she was at the foundation phase. She was here quite regularly with a private jet, unannounced, in and out. And I was one of 5 people that day. She's obviously done multiple interviews, but once I got the photo, the interview afterwards, I realized, okay, you need to pivot and do something else because you're going to get different joy from a new challenge. You'd interviewed, I mean, prior to those 2, if I could just try and rattle off my head, I'd interviewed Kim Kardashian, Kourtney Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, Neo. Pretty much when I started journalism, any sort of celebrity or singer performer that was in South Africa to do a concert, I'd had access to. Gerard Butler, I got him at Caprice in Camp Spain.
Silly.
Matt Damon when they were filming, what's the movie with Morgan Freeman? Can't think now.
Invictus.
Yes, that's it. He did the Cape August. I got him at the starting line. As he was getting his bike ready to get off, I got a photo with him.
But Clayton, you are again, you are saying these names and these people. Like
Silly.
if my grandmother had to hear you now, she would be. What's a week to deal? Oh, drug dealer. So like
no, this is not ghost of power.
How do you like? And I think that is a big moment. How do you step away from that?
Because I'm not famous, and I understand the need for people to be in the proximity of fame because it validates So here's the thing: fame validates one's existence. When people know who you are and they know what your value is, it makes you feel good about yourself and what you bring to the table.
Okay.
So because of that, I do believe, and this is my book title that I'm working on, is Fame Rewards the Insecure.
So it's a press release run, guys.
Yes.
This is the first.
So if you don't, so what I mean by that is, if you don't know who you are, stepping into this industry, fame will define who you become.
Okay.
Wow. So when you don't know what your purpose is, and you don't know what your boundaries are, what you're willing to do, you'll accept anything and everything just to be validated. So it becomes a notion of quality gets trumped by quantity videos. So if you in the space of influencing or you're just using social media to be famous, I often have to ask, wat gaan aan by die huis? That you need likes to do everything and anything instead of quality, and what's your purpose in doing that? So that's ultimately what I find across the board, and having worked with many people, 1st of November, because I have to air this is not in real time. 1st of November was International Publicist Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I posted something on my Clayton Morar media business page to say, publicist is my definition because miracle worker doesn't exist in the dictionary.
One more time.
Because miracle worker was taken, it doesn't exist, so you have to call my title publicist.
Yeah. Wow.
And often, publicists, the great ones internationally, and this is not even directly anyone, they work behind the scenes because they are the most connected and they know how to connect their talent and clients to the right brands and the right people and to be seen in the right rooms. Yeah. Whereas there's a notion that if you are a publicist, you are a celebrity, which is so not true. And if that is the case, it's because you are promoting your needs above those of a client.
Wow.
So that gets confused in every industry. And I think in South Africa specifically, there's a notion, and publicists get a bad rap for that, generally. And the really good ones that can produce longevity in the career are the ones that aren't posting TikToks on the red carpet while their clients walking down for interviews. Or if it's a launch event, you don't see them doing reels and videos first. It is done either before or afterwards, or at a way that feels organic with your personality. And often it's like actors. Actors are the most introverted people because their skills come on stage and it's like they have a different personality or a persona. But the moment they leave that stage, when they switch that light on and off, it's often that you hear stories of when you meet someone in person, you'd be like, it's not the person. It's almost like they play a character, which that's what acting is. And that's often shocking. So I think we also are very entertainment culture and celebrity culture obsessed as a globe. So Hollywood being the pinnacle. So you haven't often made it until you've made it in Hollywood. So people that are desperate for that form of validation will do anything to reach the end goal, which is I want to be seen on TV. I want to, people must know my name when I walk in the street. I want freebies. So if you're doing it for that and not for the purpose of leaving a legacy of excellence and talent, fame should be a byproduct. It shouldn't be the goal.
So I think we also recently had a manager agent guest on the show. I think just for our audience, what is the difference between a publicist and an agent / manager of an artist?
Very interesting question. In South Africa, with a little bit of shade, we don't have the infrastructure in the entertainment industry to kind of have individual roles where that's concerned, whereas in America they do. So with a number of the American clients that I've worked with, or LA-based South African-born clients, you have a manager that maps out your career that says, okay, what are we doing this year? Then the client will say, I want to book a role like this. I want to be a brand ambassador of. The manager will map out how we make it happen and how we connect the dots. The agent is either a booking agent, an acting agent, or a voiceover agent. Each of those are separately. So if the voice agent gets you a gig, they get their 20 to 30% commission, not everybody else. And then a publicist is the one that organizes your storytelling and your brand in form of communication through social media and press interviews. So what gets communicated out to media and via social media would fall under the publicist role.
With that said, as you mentioned, we don't have the infrastructure. Are you comfortable in saying that you do all of those?
I could, but I prefer not to. I try to focus on the PR aspect of interviews, and obviously social media comes part of that. And sort of the branding comes on like copywriting and what you'd have on your website. So it's sort of that sort of written communication. You obviously could, but I feel there's not as much opportunities generally if you compare to the American scale. There obviously are opportunities on this side. But for me personally, I don't find it as fulfilling as someone else would. Because that does take a lot of your time, and you only get sort of the payment or reward from it once the gig is booked. So if you're going to try 100 gigs, you're not getting compensated for your time, your petrol, your airtime, your emails. You're only going to get once the contract's signed. So I'll use a highfalutin sort of example. If you a singer and you book a gig for 5,000 for one night, which often where the rates could be in these days, you're only going to get 500 of that because that's 10% commission. So how many more of those do you need to make up for your salary? That's the sort of thing.
That's the economics behind it.
So I'm saying that I'm not diminishing that role. I'm saying for me, 19 years into my career, that's not a focus area. So that's why.
What do you think, like, and as you mentioned, having gone through the 19 years and understanding the industry now from being within the industry, what are two things that you thought happened there before entering the space that you now realize is actually just not part of the industry? For example, like wanting to go to LA was like a pinnacle point in your space. Someone who also wants to be involved in entertainment would also think that way. Or is there any other aspect of the job that you think isn't true, or like you don't become a celebrity?
Because
It's very good. I think it's very important to ask something like that. I think people think it's glitter and glamour all the time. Obviously, it is if you plan, depending on the type of. Because remember, don't forget, I'm in entertainment PR. There's tech PR, NGO PR, lifestyle PR, sports. Yeah. I've dabbled in all of those. So while we're highlighting the entertainment side of things, that's where the glitz and glamour part of it. And people just think you don't do work. What you do is you take a couple of photos, you post it on social media, you generate a caption on ChatGPT, and then you go home. It is long hours. It is truly a calling. Like you're not going to survive in this industry if you don't enjoy it, if you don't like working with people, and if you're not a team player. It's not for you. So if you just see it as, okay, I follow this person's page, or if you follow Clayton's page or whatever, and you see, celebrities, I kind of want to hear more because of his stories, you have to put in the work. And because of that, you're going to, for me, most days, it's 12 to 14 hours of work. Most days, at least. And there's no sleep on Sundays. Or Saturdays. And because of
JP, it's a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday.
Exactly. Come on now, JP, you should know this. And I say this because that is the reality. My friends and family have that on, because I don't have anybody in my immediate related circle that was in this industry. So I didn't say like, oh, I saw this from my uncle or my sister or my brother or whatever, because I'm one of 3 kids and I'm the youngest. This was a career that I carved out pretty much for myself. So it's sort of like pioneering this. Also coming from P, where there are tons of other publicists, but on this level in the entertainment space, that's actually gone to Hollywood. Like from where I come from, it's far and few in between back then. Obviously now there's a whole new breed of that out there. So that was one of the things that was a big reality wake up call. Like you have to work hard. And as a journalist, obviously, when you work for a 9 to 5, there are things like sick days and annual leave. When you work for yourself, my motto is I work until that in contact reflects on my phone from FNB. That's what it is. Because if you want to sleep late on a Wednesday, you're not working. You're basically living your best influencer life. So you have to find balance. And I'm 41 years old, and in my 20s and 30s, I could go out to events 4 or 5 nights a week where I was invited by every other publicist. That's where the networking comes in. That's where you know your relationships with people. And you have to do that in that stage of your life to build your business. So again, it's not an overnight success. That would be the other one. It's exactly what I said about the 10,000 hours. Everybody speaks about it. It's basically pay your dues. It comes. Yes, I know we come from sort of a lifetime where the generation before us will be like, you can only get this at a certain age bracket. But I don't believe in you must pay your dues by age. I believe build yourself up, because the way access to information and opportunities these days, including social media, has spearheaded that quickly. You could pay your dues from 15 to 25, and there's your 10 years worth of experience. So it's not a case of only start at 30 and then you're only going to see the rewards at 50. I believe whatever age you are, keep paying your dues and treat it as you're only as good as your last project or client. That's why you must never feel like you're arriving. Because if
he brought it back.
It's the storytelling.
Bro. So good. So good.
To quote Gqeberha geduld, I'm wys vir the ouens. I'm wys vir the ouens.
Gqeberha.
And Mark is an icon. So because of that, just like you see the impact that has. And we all know he's got Colin the Musical coming up now. So I'm not involved in this. It's not a PR plug, but but I'm just saying you got to give due to,
we are buying the
comedy
tickets,
legend.
Just, if you are watching, we are buying
You are delayed. Mine's bought already.
No. It's birthday gifts.
Oh, okay. And Christmas also coming. So based on that, you have to understand.
This fly is not invited to the Christmas.
Wow. What did you do? What did you send? That's a monitoring spirit.
The afterlife. Brought to you by Inshallah.
My motto is don't come for me unless I send for you.
Also, that's like your 4th motto.
multiple ones. So pretty much, that's been sort of learning scopes across. And then I think this would be interesting to add. We'll go off course a little bit, but where I really knew the PR game was meant to be solidified was 2014 was Oprah. In 2016, January, and this is an important story that needs to be told, so bear with me for the long-windedness.
No, go for it.
In 2015, I went through some friendship issues, and growing up with the family issues I had in my household, I realized the personality that I had was to always help everybody first above myself. So we're going to throw some wisdom and all of that, but there's a landing point which don't make sense. And I do believe in manifesting. I do believe the energy you put out will come back to you, and also the power of the tongue. So always believe that things will work out, and also believe that you're worthy of getting the goal and the dream. And then I literally prayed to God, and I said, God, give me a sign that I should put myself first. I'm tired of all of this, because I was on a friendship break with my bestie at the time. We didn't speak for like a month or something. And he was married and all of that. I was like, there's a lot of stuff we need to iron out, but you're not in the space to hear me. So I'm over this for this moment. And that week, I get an email alert from Mariah to say that she's doing a Vegas residency. One of my childhood dreams was to see this woman live. So I'd met her 7 years prior. Now I want to see this woman live. So the kicker of the realization why this is going to happen, it's on my birthday in Vegas. That was the sign that I prayed for, to put myself first.
Wow.
Fast forward, I was creative enough to find out that there was going to be a junket in LA by E! Entertainment. Every year they'd send a South African journalist, negotiator. The point is, I've never rested on my laurels to just wait. It's you need to be an initiator. Yes. You must take the initiative. I send a proposal in July. In January every year, it's red carpet season. All the awards lead up to Oscars, which is Feb, March. So they start all these press events. So the junket is between the 5th and the 10th of Jan. In July, when this emailer comes, I start negotiating now. Are you sending a journalist in Jan? This is why you need to send me. I freelance now. I'll get you coverage on Heart FM, Channel 24, Grazia Magazine, not knowing what the junket is and who's going to be available. As we know, push through, fast forward. I get told we're going to fly you at our expense. So my thing is, the ticket for the concert was al klaar geboekt, because I walked technically in faith. I'm just figuring how's the rest of the money going to come now. They paid for the return ticket. So instead of flying me back for a week later, I say no, extend it to the 4th of Feb, because Mariah's concert on the 2nd. For the other 3 weeks in LA, I look after myself.
When is your birthday, 2nd of February?
Yeah. Aquarius. Okay. I see now. I see it. Aquarius people understand each other more. It also explains a lot of the personality. Okay. You see, that's why Mr. Popular. Now it makes sense.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Exactly.
Okay, I get it. And I try not to be too long with it, but that was a game changer of a trip, because on that trip, I planned so much to meet as many people, because I figured if I make this now in my publicist era, people are really going to see what I'm capable of. So as you told you, I negotiated with the local broadcasters, PR. Dudes, that trip was a game changer in my career. I think then when I came back, people started to really take me seriously. So yes, let's go, because don't faint just yet. No, really. So on this trip, I get flown by E! Entertainment. We go stay in Beverly Hills. By that time, it was my 3rd trip to LA. So it's like I feel like I know this is my town.
I brought my own stickers.
No, so here's what I learned on the first 2 trips: always travel with a suit, not for posh functions, but to get into a club, nightclub. How you dress is where they allow you in or not. And even if you're 21 or not, you must have your ID, because 21 and over is when they allow you in. Otherwise, you get bounced.
Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what accent you have. They are very, very strict. So I'm coming prepared. I've studied the lay of the land. I'm coming prepared to meet the moment. Don't forget that. Keep that in mind as you're going to hear the bombshell drop now. So I get there. I get told, welcome back. You're staying at the hotel. They say, okay, cool. For the next 2 days, you're going to be interviewing all E! Entertainment talent. Now, remember the shows on E! Entertainment at the time was Rich Kids of Beverly Hills, The Kardashians, Dr. 90210, and E! Fashion Police. However, it was the rebooted version with Brad Goreski, Melissa Rivers, which is Joan's daughter, and Juliana Rancic. Okay. So interview them, interview all the people from that cast that I just mentioned now. On the second day, because the publicist that has known me since the TV Plus days, you see how when you meet the right people, they see you for a long time and that's where connections are made. She goes, Clayton, do you have a suit here by accident or by any chance? I said, yes, I do. I've learned from previous trips. Oh, because there's this, I've got a spare invitation. I don't know if you want to come. Invite to the Golden Globes. Invite to the Golden Globes.
Sure.
Needless to say,
Wow.
that night was a game changer. I'd met everybody. So that's also what's on the Clayton Morar media page. I do not think of names, but names that I can think of now was, I got a photo with Jamie Foxx. I got a photo with Queen Latifah. I got a photo with Nicole Scherzinger.
Sure.
I met Ian Somerhalder. I met Eva Longoria. I met the now divorced Devon Franklin and Megan Good. Kirsten Dunst, Reese Witherspoon. I can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
He's
It's
without
like,
the spoon.
I've got a joke to share, but not yet. About Reese Witherspoon. The Cost of Empire. I remember having photos with Taraji P. and Jussie Smollett. Precious, Gqeberha. Who else? Oh, Katy Perry and Sam Smith as well. And then 2015, Toni Braxton and Babyface performed at Grand West. She's walking down the red carpet and I was like, I saw you in Cape Town. She was like, I love Cape Town. She holds her hand and rests on my shoulder for the photo. It's amazing. You have no idea.
Cousin, basically.
Honorary Braxton. Tamar was also there. America Ferraro played Ugly Betty. These are the people that I managed because it's so many people who I managed to spot along the way and chat. And it's not just take a photo, actually having a conversation saying, I'm from South Africa. I'm a publicist, but I'm also a journalist, getting radio interviews to air on Heart and everywhere else. That's what I was doing with the tape recorder. So that blew my mind. Then I need to get these so many things, but then I go to what is called a Television Critics Association media event. So it's a 3-day junket. So as you know, a junket, for those that understand, a junket is when you bring more than 2 or 3 journalists, you all sit in one room, you ask around via press conference type of questions, and then you leave. Or you then afterwards then schedule one-on-ones, but obviously in the seniority of what your coverage is. That's how they schedule it, these publicists. I'm new to this, the American junkets. So you go to a hotel. I remember driving 35 minutes with the Uber. It was way out of LA. And the whole day, I'm interviewing the cast of all the shows on ABC. So let me remind you what this is. Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, my bro.
Why did you have to add the my bro?
Go check my photo with Viola. Go check my photo with half of the Grey's cast. President Fritz of Scandal. You name it. Desperate Housewives, also ABC. Felicity Huffman was there. Then they had a party the night after the day. I'm standing, picture this, in a sushi queue behind Tracy Ellis Ross. Oh, hey, where are you from? Oh, are you from South Africa? Yes, that's the sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, the next day I come back for NBC stuff.
Can someone pick up Rizan's Joe? It's just
we
taking
go.
a bit of a break.
So then the next day is NBC, and there was more shows like that. Anyway, fast forward. That's the trip where I also went to New York to meet Wendy Williams.
Okay.
Yes. This is before
Where the
Mariah.
R
We're
is
still
silent.
getting to Mariah. We're still getting to Mariah. Then, before the Wendy Williams, the second day of the TCA event, I meet Nick Cannon again. You obviously won't remember, but I was like, we met in 2009. You took a photo of Mariah for me. Like that. There was a whole complete full circle moment. It was insane, that trip.
Sure.
And then, Wendy was the thing. And then all roads led to Mariah. 2nd of Feb, front row, Vegas, Caesars Palace Coliseum. The same venue where Celine Dion was built for to open up that.
Yeah.
Mariah performed. And then the month before I left in December, they announced she's coming to South Africa in April. It's like, how crazy is that?
So then,
I get to see her twice in a matter of 2 months. So the Lord really delivered on that side. He was like, okay, you've been dreaming for this moment. We're going to get you in Vegas and she's going to come to your town in Cape Town. How about that?
Sure.
So
now, not to put you on the spot, so the Mariah concert,
Yes.
compared to the Netherlands Beyonce concert?
Oh, Beyonce hands down. So I've seen Beyonce 4 times. So she's one of the 3 heroes. It's Mariah, Oprah, and Beyonce. So I've met 2 out of the 3. I technically have, not technical, but I don't go with it. Beyonce shook my hand twice at the concert in Dublin, Ireland.
Okay.
So I first saw her at the Mrs. Carter World Tour in 2013. 2016 was the Formation World Tour. So I was in the Beehive Pit, which is the 50 people that are on the side of the stage while the 90,000 are behind us.
Yep.
I'm die on Beehive, as you can get and understand. Then I saw her twice for the Renaissance tour. Cowboy Carter, as much as I love her, I'm over that cowboy nonsense. So yeah, I didn't waste my money to go there. I'm just being honest. As much as I'm not, you see, that's the thing with most fans are psychotic. I'm not. I'm realist. I've seen her 4 times. She's great. But she's not.
So over Mariah in terms of
no, it's not. It's not
the
that.
performance, big man.
No. Let me explain it. This is as I can try to contextualize it. When you see somebody live, it's like I've ticked the box. Because I think what excites you is the dream or the goal of wanting to see that person.
Wow.
So when you see them once, it's like I kind of did that. You don't have to regurgitate the feeling again. But Beyonce leaves you wanting more. So that's why I've always respected her, is because she is a master at the craft. And whatever you think of her Illuminati or any otherwise, because we also know what, I'm obviously a realist, we know what everybody's saying. And it possibly could be true. Let's just add that. But no one on this sort of living generation of a musician that I've seen live, hence my opinion, will compare to the standard of Beyonce. They can try, and there are other good people that are great at it, and I fully support, but she's been paying her dues since the age of 9. And for where she is right now in terms of putting on a concert. And this is extremely contentious, and I know people are going to have a lot to say, but no one will replace Michael Jackson. I'm not trying to say but she is the living day version of Michael Jackson for this generation.
Okay.
That you can see.
No, yes. But the reason why I say that, for someone who's attended concerts, I've seen thousands of people faint when she gets on stage. So I'm not saying it based on who's a social media watcher and watch videos, because you don't get that effect. That I've been in the Beehive, but where the paramedics are taking people out because they are screaming so much, they're fainting for Beyonce. So it doesn't translate unless you've been to the show. That's the thing.
Imagine you paid so much for that Beehive ticket and then you...
So again, I have another story. So I did faint once. It wasn't for Beyonce, but back in the day, in my first year of journalism studies. Back in the day. So I was in PE, was wanting to come to the Bright Lights Big City. I fainted at the 2002 concert with MTV Staying Alive, which was then Greenpoint Stadium, which was Usher P. Diddy and Alicia Keys. And the only reason why I fainted, and I know what that feels like, is because we don't get that level of stardom to come there. I didn't eat from 10 o'clock in the morning, and I kom 8 o'clock will be on to the stage. So I literally fainted in Golden Circle against the railing because I didn't eat the whole day because I'm glued to wanting to see these people live. And I proud to myself, whenever you go to a 12 or 6 or a 10-hour concert, you will eat so much food that you're about to jappy. Because you'd rather do that than be dehydrated and then go look for a toilet afterwards. Because you didn't take your vitamins and all of those things because you were too clever for yourself. Because you need to be strategic. That's part of who I am. Intentional and have a strategy so that you could have an impactful life. And to teach the right lessons. So
and that was before the baby oil.
Yeah, he could resonate. I'm sure he would know. Buff Adder. Of course.
I feel like
he's going to have so many name changes. We're just going to call him Puh.
I feel like Clayton needs to give us like a top 3 of like going to concerts, like the
do's and the don'ts. Hydrate.
Again, brilliant question.
Hydrate. Really eat your food. But You know what? Again, and I'm going to sound like a disgruntled sort of shady person, but I don't know why I love the fact that people dress up for concerts. But I will never go to the point where I must wear platform shoes and because I saw this with Cowboy Carter.
Okay.
People were wearing cowboy boots, but Beyonce, people queue from 7 o'clock in the morning. So I mean, again, I can contextualize it through my experience, not from what I've read. That's the difference between me and other people.
Yeah.
For the first time I saw her live, careless abandonment. I'm like, I want to be in front of the queue.
Yeah.
What did I do? My UK friend, she was actually down last week from the UK in South Africa, and she was like, the things we did for you with Beyonce. Nah? I left her flat in London at 7 a.m. in the morning. I took the tube to the O2 Arena. I rocked up there 20 to 8. I sat in the queue, number 41 in the queue.
So
20 to
you were
8 in the
late.
morning.
Yeah, in the morning.
Yeah.
bro.
Camping out with the doors are only opening at 6 o'clock at night. She only go on stage at 9. Plus there's an opening act. Maar voor wil ik wees. So people that, yes, I'm going to Beyonce. I'm all for dream big. That's the sort of the ethos of my life. All these things are, my childhood self would never have dreamt that all of those dreams sitting in Port Elizabeth would have come true.
Yeah.
But it was through tenacity and unwavering faith that this is going to happen. So you learn these lessons.
Yeah.
And I would say dress with comfort. Because by 6 o'clock and you're already 12 hours in the queue, are you worried about how your look is going to be when you're screaming for your favorite singer?
Yeah.
No. So look great. Style yourself out, but wear comfortable shoes.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Because trust me, you're not unless you're paying for the expensive seats, you're standing on your feet for 12 hours.
Yeah.
That is a constant lesson I will tell people, that you always go for comfort and enjoy yourself more. Eat a lot of food and get your vitamins and hydrate. That's basics.
The basics.
You heard it here, folks.
Clayton. Wow.
This episode is wild, bro.
It's
I don't know what we experienced now.
So then I moved to PR, and it's been great, since 2012. And I worked with all of these amazing clients. I started out in entertainment, mostly individual talents. But yeah, turning 40 has emphasized the fact that I want to make an impact and create a legacy.
Yeah.
And I know everybody uses the legacy word, but what does that mean? It means I want to be nurtured soulfully with working with people that I feel this is bringing me joy and passion, and utilizing my skills and my connections to help people fulfill their potential. That's pretty much what it is. So yes, entertainment's always part of my life. I work with a number of entertainment clients, but especially prior to COVID, and I mean, COVID did a number of us, entertainment died. Nobody was supporting entertainment, unfortunately, and that sucked for everybody in the creative arts industry. But the corporates and the NGOs and the ones that, were able to put food on the table helped pay the bills. And unfortunately, you have to kind of pivot. That was another pivoting moment for me. And I say unfortunately because I was like, entertainment, the bright lights. But you are supposed to be in that season of your life with your maturity and what your passions are. So there's certain things you outgrow.
Yeah.
And for me, yes, I don't need to go 5 nights a week to go to every different event, because as you can gather, I've done a lot of different events. I was explaining to someone who just started out in PR that I've been to about 7 or 8. Then it was called J&B Mets. It's now called the Cape Town Mets. I was there for 7 or 8 years back to back. I've seen every bit of that party. I done when it was still the Lomarans, Queen's Plate. It's now the King's Plate. Those are the 2 premier races at the beginning of the year that kicks off the social media, the social calendar. I mean, we're going back into flex mode. I'm giving this because, I mean, you have to think like, what's next? In my time as a journalist, I was really, really blessed to be able to be afforded the opportunity to go on set to Survivor South Africa. Not once, but twice.
Really sad that it stopped.
Yes, I'm a huge Survivor.
Me too.
I'm passionate about something, like I go all in. So tennis, reality TV. Yes, so Survivor. Partly why I got the job at TV Plus permanently was in 2005 when I graduated from journalism. I went to Australia to see my family in Australia. So 2 of my mom's siblings moved over. The one Auntie Sybil, the other sister Auntie Wendy, and then fast forward, I've got like 35 members there now. They're all in Sydney. So with that, in 2005 rather, season 10 of Survivor Palau, was airing in Sydney and Australia. And I realized we are 2 years behind in the broadcasting of the season. So they were 2 years. We were on season 8 on SABC. They were on season 10. So I'm like, holy crap, this is amazing. I'm like, my brain is doing circles and cartwheels because
Survivor Australia is also the most dramatic Survivor.
But I think it's the best version, like now, especially now with the Australia versus the world.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to calm myself down because in 2005 on that trip, I met Ethan Zahn, Survivor Africa winner. Curly haired Ethan for the first time. I've done his PR because I met him asking for an autograph.
Oh, that's great.
At the stage of my collection, I had over 300 Survivor autographs. I'm known in the Survivor community. I've hosted a TV Plus artist, the winner of Survivor Panama season 12. Poverty.
Oh, we all know.
Like a lot of the survivors. When I went in 2012 on my BET, survivors came together to meet me at a bar in Hollywood. Like the stories are endless. Yeah. So Survivor happened, and then I went. So that was helping there with my career with the Survivor connections, and then based on getting access to the Survivor 10 cast with Palau, I then covered it for TV Plus and had exit interviews lined up for the season 100%.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how that works. So Survivor is a big part of that. So I ended up going to, so there's a lot of full circle moments. And the takeaway for people that will watch this or listen to it is, this did not just happen. I put in the effort and then everything aligns when you are ready to receive and meet the moment, because hard work does actually pay off. And then the right people come into your corner and to help you get to reach the end line of your goal. But you have to put in the effort. So that's the main thing. Malaysia, Survivor Malaysia. I went to Survivor Maldives that was shot there. I've been on at least 6 or 7 Big Brother Africa site visits where we stayed in the house for 48 hours.
And you were a contestant on the weakest link.
And I was on Tropical Island of Treasure season 4 in 2010 with Bonang and Kani and Loisa Gola.
But did you see that the entire episode we had planned in our head?
It's gone out the window. I felt that.
The Mariah element just took it to another spot. And I think
this is why the book is being written, because a lot of people, especially the younger ones that are younger than me, only see this version. So when they meet me, they know me as Clayton the Publicist. But they don't know there's been a trajectory coming on for the last 2 decades. That's got me to this point. It didn't just happen where...
Agreed.
Yeah.
And I think
that's why it's important.
It's important that you do, and I strongly encourage just maybe everyone might think that I'm saying everyone must write books, but please put it in something that we can carry on. What we're doing here is somewhat also encapsulating the story.
100%.
And I think the more literature, the more mediums of media we create that allow these people to see themselves.
100%.
It's so important for where we're going to next.
And also, I really think it's important to add, a lot of people give PE flack, Gqeberha, a lot of flack because they feel it's a small town, there's nothing happening there. Yes, it happens, trust me, and I've had to defend that with my life because we are known as the friendly city. I will always be proudly Gqeberha born, always, 100%. I have a lot of love for that city. I will promote it to my heart's content as an ambassador wherever I go in life. I just feel that Cape Town and Joburg and the world is my stage right now. I've got family and friends and my lifelong people are all there. So I'm not one of those people that like, oh, well, I'm not going back, and I've never gone back. I go back at least 3 to 4 times a year to visit family and friends, to make time for that. I haven't been back in a year to go visit friends and family, but I will be heading back in 2026 because I've got family functions and birthdays coming up now in the new year.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also part of the Design's GenC World Tour. Coming to a city near you.
I'll hook you up there in the city,
Coming
don't worry.
to a city near you.
Why?
Yeah.
Wait. Sorry. There was a question I had like 30 minutes ago.
Okay. Reel it in.
Yeah. And it was kind of like, because we do need to get to the game from the bowl. We do need to wrap it up. No, like, look there. Did you see that?
Yes, I have to get to the game.
I am 70 going on 80. That's not the lyrics. But you do that already.
Yeah.
So the sort of the idea of I'm gonna sound very based, if you will. I like famous people. Right? And now I do a job that like helps you truly find your fame in a way.
Yes.
There is a sort of like change in the culture, as you mentioned, like entertainment is dead. Everything is sort of social media. Jamil spoke about the second screen viewer.
Correct.
How has it been for you navigating what it means to be sort of well-known, famous now with the era that we're in as a publicist?
I think it hasn't been a very difficult change.
Okay.
I recently caught up with one of my cousins that's from Australia, and we
Real cousins.
Yes. Yes. Biologically, first blood, first cousin related. And why I'm saying this is because we spoke in 2014 when I went over to go visit the family. Then I hadn't seen them in over like a decade. I introduced her to Instagram. She's like, I hate social media. This month when we spoke, she goes, I can't believe you got me addicted to Instagram because it's because of you. Like, I now appreciate Instagram so much. But she was so hesitant to sign up back in the day. So I was never against moving with the times.
Okay.
I think it's been an important part to adapt to your PR strategy.
Lovely.
And I feel brands and anybody that wants to take their career seriously in this field of entertainment, and just if you're a brand, a product, a business, you have to adapt with social media. It is now by far the most valued way and the most affordable way to promote your work. Other than, we come from the old school of billboards and radio ads and newspaper ads. Those are costly. I mean, if you're looking at numbers, billboards can go up anywhere between 100K to 500K, even $1 million. Just for that sign with no ROI that people, there's no back end sort of analytics to say that someone saw that on the billboard and they bought a ticket to the show, or your product got boosted because of that. We now have digital analytics and sort of more malleable ways of checking out, and reliable ways. This is how it came from. That was also, where they're from, their age, if it's a man, a woman, all of those things. So I feel the way we've evolved is important because it's also reflective of the times. What worked in the 80s, people were buying LPs and albums, not CDs and cassettes. That's what happened. Do we even have CDs and cassettes now? No, we have iTunes and Spotify and every other platform. So I think what I'm saying is, if you don't evolve, you're going to be stuck and you're never going to be able to open up yourself to a new audience. And it goes with what I mentioned with my career, is that I can't rest on the laurels of, when I'm saying all these names, I met Mariah in 2009. That is a whole, if I think about it, 16 years ago. And that for me was the biggest thing in my career at that point.
I see.
And subsequently, so much since has happened. And I've evolved into it. NGO, corporate PR, like some of the stuff I'm working with now. I never thought I'd ever working in. I work in the ECD space, which is the early childhood development space.
Amazing.
That's so far removed from entertainment. You'd think just because I'm buzzing over the entertainment and that's my sweet spot and it's natural, that I would only want. No. Again, I can quote a number of Iyanla and Oprah quotes and Maya Angelou because they're all part of the Oprah sort of discipleship.
Give Nolene also her flowers. 3 Talk with Nolene.
Yes, she changed the game for South Africa. 100%.
Yeah,
100%. No, for real. Your legacy is every life that you touch, says Maya Angelou. It's not one thing, it's many little things. So with that, the other disciple there is the author Toni Morrison. She's the Nobel Prize-winning author. And what I've always adapted, and my answers will sound very curated or strategic. It's intentional is the word, because you shouldn't just spew things because it sounds cool. But she said in a book club episode, one of her children, because she's obviously now so famous, like she's got, I'm busy writing a book, don't bother me type of sort of approach. One of the kids came home from school and I think he'd messed on his shirt or something. And then when he said, hi, mom, or whatever, and she didn't validate that. And she said, oh, but your shirt is dirty. Now I've got to put that in the washing machine. And she said what she realized afterwards when he sat with her down, said, but mom, you never greeted me. And she said, I learned then that when a kid walks in the room, does your face light up? Because you think by caring for them, by showing about how dirty the shirt is, you're giving them the critical face.
Oh, you're doing something differently with that statement.
So wait, let me land the plane. The Air Force One's coming now. So now, as adults, we are all trying to heal our inner child. So my motto is, I don't just apply that to children. My thing is, when everybody or anyone walks in the room, does your face light up? Because that shows you a lot if that person sees you, likes you, and is genuinely happy to see you when you walk in the room. And part of what I do is I observe as an introverted, extroverted personality, and I watch body language and behavior. Because people can talk and spew words, but how people behave is a different story.
Sure.
You're welcome.
JP, like I feel like Clayton's whole story was the same now. So like, I feel like
I agree.
I feel like
I agree. Because and the reason why I think I agree with you, Lal, is there are so many children and there are so many people that are thinking about life in the way that you lived already.
Yes.
And I'm so excited that people now have a reference point.
Yes.
So if you are sitting there and say now you are on the Hollywood walk, talking to your actors, getting to know them, asking the questions you never thought you would be able to ask them, it is possible.
That's possible.
And
hard
I think,
work. Like you said,
it takes 100%. It takes hard work to get there, but it is possible.
Yeah.
It can be done, and that's also the reason. Because I know we spoke about you coming on, and you didn't want to.
Yes, no, I didn't want to.
Because you, like you said, you're behind the scenes.
Yes, not because you guys aren't a great platform and you guys aren't cool, but because I'm just saying.
And I think that is important to know that there's someone like you out there, Clayton.
I appreciate that. I will, as you were mentioning that now, I also have to, I think it's important to note that my story is not unique to anybody wanting to achieve it.
This one was going to say something like that.
But it is unique in that the reason where this career found me, it was based out of childhood trauma. And trauma in the sense of growing up with parents that had a tumultuous level of emotion and marriage issues. And ultimately, and that's why the book is so important, because I don't want to give too much away, but I want the context to land why the entertainment scene. The entertainment scene was my way out of the trauma. And that's an important way to get the foundation of this whole story.
Yes.
So I was going to make it out of PE and out of my story, regardless, no matter what it took. So that's what drove me.
So, and the link will be in the description when it will be released and we found.
So because of that is why I was like, I'm going to move to Cape Town. And my approach was, people always say this, and I think it really irritates my spirit. And my personal friends know this because I give them quite a lot of crap about it. I will say, for example, I'll use this happened the other day. Come and go walk on the beach. No, but what if it's windy? So you're already planning to fail is how I see it. So I'm like, I don't think like that. I'm like, but what if the wind turns around and we're going to have an amazing 10-kilometer walk? But you planning your exit. Then you wonder, why do I get it right and you don't? And that's why, using that example, it's how I've you moved in my life from day one. Moving to Cape Town, I had no idea where I was going to stay when I accepted the job. I had no idea how I was going to get to work. I had none of that, but I knew the only confirmation I had was I was going to work at TV Plus at Media 24. That was motivation enough for me to figure everything out. How was I going to get to Mariah? I bought the concert ticket, the trip and everything else. I didn't pay. They booked that in December 2015. That was a 40K return ticket with Air France. I didn't have 40K. But when you meet the moment, stuff aligns.
I'm just planning the ice cream. A 10-kilometer walk needs a reward.
I just want to throw this in because I feel like we're getting butts in.
Yes.
Okay.
Chap.
One of the
left hook.
never changed. Well, this year we had the good fortune of meeting Lester Cubit.
Okay, yeah.
And he put us on an idea that we thought, okay, we're gonna discover this and unveil and reveal.
Okay.
You, Clayton, are a supercalid.
Well, I've got a story about Lester. So, no, good story. Interesting enough, on the meeting that I had scheduled for TV Plus to start writing for them was in 2003, in my second year. I had been picked by P Technicon to be part of a journalism conference that Pentech hosted in November 2003, because that was my second year.
Okay.
Who was one of the first year students? Lester Cubit. He was one of the organizers of the conference, and that's where I first met Lester for the first time. So you see,
but Lester was serious.
Let me describe why. Because as much as you are the man behind the scenes, right? If any of us, and I'm sure all the people that you manage feel exactly the same way, when they walk into a room with you, they're like, oh, you with him. That's going to happen. And I'm sorry. I'm tweeting.
Put dramatic effect for camera. It already does happen.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. There we go.
Exactly.
There we go. We forced the flicks.
Yes.
I jokingly, it is the truth, but I also cringe at the same time because I'm like, I think people do it as a way of like, I got to impress him, but you don't need to impress me. You just need to be yourself.
Yeah.
But I always like the feedback because I'm one of those, I used to be extremely self-critical and very but self-aware to the point where it's like you're more worried about what people think.
Okay.
But for many reasons, you need to show up in the space with your worthiness. So because of that, I'm always fascinated what other people's stories of me are, their versions are. And I laugh it off because it's also nice to be emotionally aware of what the perception of you out there is.
Wow.
Whether it's true or false, but it also shows you how you need to relate to people that behave accordingly. Because again, I am aware of other people's feelings and emotions.
Yeah.
So it's either way, sometimes it could be a detriment, but you need to find the balance of standing in your truth, but also making other people feel comfortable in who they are.
Because you are worthy.
Okay. So we skipped B block, C block, or can we have C block?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nah, because I feel itchy that we're not doing the same right now.
I see you.
Thank you. So how we like to, because I know JP doesn't want to end the conversation at all. Okay. But how we do like to do this is 3 things.
It's meant only to be 2.
I see notes there. I'm already based for that.
So that's already parked.
That's parked.
That's parked.
Because your life is the same right now.
So number 1 is if you could give a message to your younger self, what would that be?
Ooh.
Any age.
Yeah.
No. That your dreams are going to take you into places beyond your wildest dreams.
Yeah. Wow.
And that the same motivation and faith that you unknowingly have, keep going at that. It's going to be your superpower.
100%. Like, don't stop dreaming.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
never stop.
I feel like there's a stage where we stop.
You stop,
but we just shouldn't.
Don't stop.
And if I'm being honest, I know, people often like, what do we place on this earth and what's my purpose? And we're all trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
And you can have a purpose that has different variations or different moments where you're like, I have 5 different points to answer that. But I think people lose their dream because of the age that they find themselves in, where they're like, oh, life is hard. I've got bills. I've got this. I've got that. Then you add in things like trauma, tragedy, death, loss. Yeah, all these things, but unwaveringly through it all, you have to remember the core of who that child was that you are in your adult trying to heal from and trying to do that child proud, that version of yourself. Because ultimately, that's who we all are. Because don't cry for me now. Argentina. It's okay. Invita Superon. But it's the truth. Because every person, there's that saying, and I can go with all these Instagram quotes, every person you meet is going through a battle. Please be kind. It's the truth.
Yeah.
What I am is a person that I can read all these memes and these wonderful sayings, but the people that know me, I live by it. And by no means am I the most perfect person. I've had to learn from my mistakes. I mean, we could go into a second episode and talking about grief.
Yes.
Because grief is ultimately why I've had to overcome so much in the last 8 years.
Yeah.
So that happened. Then my humble sort of coming down to Jesus moment was, I lost 4 people in 5 years. I lost my mom in 2017. I lost my dad in 2020 to COVID. I lost my godmother, Auntie Wendy, in Australia. Unofficial godmother. She's my sister's godmother, but she was like mine too. And second mother. In 2022 Feb, and my best friend, the one I fell out with in 2015, of 20 years, he was my brother. We'd been through so much together. He died on December the 26th of a heart attack on Boxing Day. In that, I had put on a considerable amount of weight, and I've just found myself in a fitness regime. I've had to get into fitness. I found that fitness, and I want to live. I want to continue to make an impact. Have a lifestyle that I'm proud of, be one with nature, walking, exercising, just more flexing. This morning I did a 6K in 43 minutes. For someone who never ran at all, because I was that overweight kid in high school that people laughed at for Mariah Carey and Steffi Graf. My idols were those in high school. So any of my high school students that would watch this, they know this about me. When I met Mariah, I had my high school people reach out like, you spoke about this woman incessantly in your orals. Damn, you actually went to go meet this woman. That's what happened. You know, I'm yet to meet Steffi. That would be a lovely full circle moment. But last year...
You must meet Steffi Brink.
I know Clint. I would love to meet Steffi Brink. He's one of the coolest people out there. And she was great on Survivor. So 100%
exactly.
Yes. But I'm a concert person. I know we're going to wrap it up. We're going to land with a liquor plane here now. Landing, here we come. My goal since both my parents died, I realized the cars, the houses, whatever assets you have on this earth, it stays behind. And then family members fight about it. And we know how that is in this world, especially with people of color.
Yep.
So because of that, I've realized, what am I going to do when I'm on my deathbed one day? Am I going to look at, I earned X amount of money a year, or I have this amount in my bank account, because it's not going with me. I've incessantly increased my love for travel. So because of that, I have different goals with travel, but I've been to 25 countries in the world.
Wow.
Traveling is my moment where I find myself. I travel to meet myself.
Wow.
And because of that, you see that it's getting hot in here. I must wipe the other sweat. Make me sweat.
I travel to meet myself is a bomb.
There we go. And as a result, I really want to lead life with great intention and to continue to be inspiring, but also not just talk the talk, walk it too.
Yes.
And as a result, since September 23, I've dropped 25 Ks.
Wow.
This morning was my 13th race. I've done 10 Ks in this whole year. I've done 8 Ks. I did an 8K last week. I did a 5K yesterday. I did a 6K today. I'm about that, getting your life in order. Right together.
That's amazing, Clayton.
And that's all part of the evolving of who you are. So yes, the celebs and all of that, it matter, but I don't want to be defined with, God forbid I end up dying to the point where people now want to describe me anytime soon, but I don't want to be known as, the guy that met the celebrities, because celebrities are people. They're not any more better than who we are. We are also important. Their job, in whatever shape or form, is illuminated because of their talent. So they get the bright lights and the shine on them. But you guys have the shine on you, literally with the lights and figuratively. So why should you bow and make someone else a demigod?
And now we're going to be the guys that know Clayton.
Stop it.
I'll be known as the man that made him teary-eyed. So with that, that's the thing. You always, anything is attainable, but also be humble. And you're going to make mistakes. I've made plenty of mistakes. By no means can I call myself an angel. But it's the ability to pick yourself up and say, are you going to be authentic and own it? Work on yourself. My therapist has really helped a lot. That's all I can say. When you lose 4 people in 5 years, you need therapy. And that is something I would advocate for anybody.
Clayton, we said we need a second episode for the grief. We can't just give tidbits here. I must still get the book. Can we skip the F block, or do we still need the JP awkwardness for this episode? Because JP doesn't need to be awkward.
The second thing we like to do at the end is, and this is very unique.
Okay.
Because you usually ask the guest to promote any of their own businesses and pages.
Yes.
But you obviously manage artists.
Yes.
And you want people to obviously support their ventures. This will most likely come out late November.
That's perfect because it's World Entrepreneurship Month.
There we go. So please tell people where they must follow, find.
Okay, so when you switch on the light by the plug,
Of course.
it is, they can go check out Clayton Morar Media on all my platforms. So it's on Facebook and on Instagram. Pretty much they'll get an insight as to who I work with from a client perspective and all the coverage so that's like the online CV for all the coverage.
Yeah.
So if you want to know which clients were on Expresso, on this platform, on radio, on TV, podcasts, wherever else, it's tagged on there. And I think that will give an indication of the scope of work that I've done and who you can support, because obviously they'll be tagged and all of that.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm redesigning my website for now. If it's still accessible and it should be still up, it's claytonmorarmedia.com.
Okay.
But if anybody or any sort of business or prospective clients wants to reach out, they can do it via my Instagram as well, and Facebook page,
Awesome.
I would say my private page, but I have a private page.
Yes.
So,
which is locked.
which you have to. And the reason for
you
that
have to
is
proofread.
no, not even. It's not even that. It's just I prefer to also have a separation of business.
Yes.
And I feel that you can't just do that with someone you randomly met once.
Yeah. No.
And they don't know your personality. And because if I'm going to post my sushi and my food and my family and my nephews, I don't want a monitoring spirit judging me on the other side. You know, it's like some people do yoga, you judge. But now that I got to know you, Rizan, unfortunately, we bonded now for life, Gqeberha. I can't let go of you, and you can't let go of me. So because of that, JP's already been bonded. So now you're new to the party. So unfortunately. So welcome, Michelle. Here's Kelly and here's Beyonce.
I must do gospel music. Okay.
When Puff Adder says yes, nobody can't say no.
That's cool.
So very much so, yes.
The final thing, and this is what JP doesn't appreciate, is we give the guest an opportunity to ask us a question.
Okay.
But remember, in your words, you can just ask the question. I don't need to answer.
No, you have to answer. You have to answer. It's how you choose to answer it. I never said you can't answer
JP,
it.
get it right. Get it right, JP.
I haven't got to say.
Because he was like, ask us individual questions.
Okay, cool. So we'll start with the culprit first.
Okay.
For someone who has your personality, and I can see is well suited to public speaking, how has this experience of being on a podcast and being out there, how has it changed your life?
So
Great question.
I think for me, so in my job, it's very back-facing. So I'm an accountant by trade. It's what I do every day. So working with the numbers, spreadsheets, that's really where I have my skill set and I shine in that space. So this podcast has actually taught me that I can be front-facing. Not that I always wanted to be front-facing, but I can be front-facing. Yeah. And I think more importantly, it's also taught me how to articulate my point a lot better. Not just in like podcast setting, but just in normal conversations. I can like say what I want to say in a way that they can understand me now. Yeah. So the biggest takeaway from this platform has been that. Yeah. The ability to package my message in a way that you can understand me. Nice. Where previously I was all over the place. And a lot of our early episodes was, and then sometimes I try and connect the dots. So, but now I'm a lot better at that, and that has come with time. And I think I do find the benefit of that in having conversations with older people, like my dad, and where he might not initially you might think I'm just talking nonsense or trying to just fish. Now I'm like trying to get something out of it.
Okay.
And so that's really, and in all spaces, work, I'm also able to say, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm doing it, and articulate it better. So that's been my biggest takeaway. What's been a surprise is the effect that other people say the podcast has.
That's amazing.
Because I think I didn't understand the impact when I started it.
Yeah.
What has come about is that it's having impact, which is something I wasn't expecting.
Cool.
Is that a good answer?
That's an amazing answer. Ik heb ervan voor jou met die complimenten van afzaal.
Wat van wat?
Yeah. And I guess, having just met you pretty much over an hour and a half ago, Rizan, you obviously come across like someone that has enjoyed a lot of high school and school popularity. We spoke about this off camera. So what I'm interested to know is that version of yourself that people knew. When they see this now, do you get a lot of people that say that's the same person that we remember? And what is sort of the feedback when people see you now that know you from your early beginnings? Do they see the same version of yourself? Do they see someone who's changed? And how do they relate to you now?
Sure. My answer is disappointing.
Why?
Because it's like, you're the same, bruh.
Okay.
But why do you think that's disappointing?
No, well, there's no stew here.
I'm not looking for stew.
It's pretty cut and dry. Like everyone who sees me, nobody's shy to come up to me because they weren't shy back in the day. Because I was very personable, am very personable, and I was JP put my whole situation on blast. I was the person who danced in one city and stuff like that.
Gqeberha.
Nobody says that.
I'm taking you back there.
So yeah, and I was in sports, I was in culture, I was in my school had 4 pillars: academic, sports, culture, and pastoral. I was everywhere.
Okay.
I was a prefect, I was class rep, I was RCL, I was literally everywhere that you can think of. So I've always been, I guess, comfortable with people. And since doing the podcast, I guess more people get to they'll say stuff like, I don't see you anymore, but at least I see you on the podcast.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, family included. They're like, you don't come around really, but at least I see you on the podcast. I'm like, I'm trying. I'm here on a Sunday.
So I asked the question because leading it up to with Beyonce with this moment is that when she was on Oprah in 2003 or 4, somewhere around there, you can Google it on YouTube, she spoke about, that was the year that she was the L'Oreal ambassador. And then Oprah's like, oh my gosh, have you always been this beautiful? You're one of the most beautiful women in the world right now. You're just popping. This was the dangerously crazy in love era. She went solo for the album. And then she goes, were you always this beautiful? She goes, no, kids made a lot of fun out of me with my big ears. That's why I cover them a lot. She goes, and now they're buying tickets. So because of that, are there people buying tickets now, Rizan?
Interesting.
For you, that's what I want to know.
Wow.
Koop hulle kaartjies om vir jou te sien elke Woensdag by GenC podcast.
Yeah. Nobody really made fun of me. Or I didn't respond to being made fun of in a negative. Even yesterday, this would have been 3 weeks ago. I'm at the food fair and they're like, I don't know if they called me Uncle Aboichi. Oh God. Dungus. They're like, tell her, you look like Emo Adams. To this day. That was me when I was 12, Douchy Lookie. I'm 31 and it's like, I still look like Emo Adams. I'm like, no.
So, as a full circle moment, we need to also have Emo Adams in the middle. To make the direct comparison.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah, because now we know Clayton.
I was about to say, I know him.
See?
He's been my client.
See, I'm telling you this.
I feel you could be in a biopic, you could play the young version of him.
Ayo.
You know what's so funny about that is that literally when I watch these videos of him,
Kind of funny sis.
yes, when I watch those, I used to act like that.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can so see it. Like it's actually super uncanny. I can see it now.
Used to. But what was crazy, like so weird. I wasn't watching Emma Adams like that.
Yes.
So I was probably in my 20s when I eventually went back, and so I'm like, oh, that's actually
Yes.
Just a little bit
But
more
you weren't watching emo Adams then, but today you got a little bit emo, so you used emo in the circle. So how about that?
How about that?
Yeah, yo. Excited.
Clayton.
I don't know why y'all's acting like this. My girlfriend already seen the film. She's already That's a line from Honey, the movie. No, actually, no, it's not a line from it. It's from Scary Movie. Brenda.
Okay.
Scary Movie. Because I can movie lines and quotes I could go.
Clayton, you just
How do we
glossary of just information.
How do we close this out?
So don't we just go, we out.
I mean, like, do all the things.
But you can see I paused in my brain. I was something else.
I'm like, do all the things, like all the stuff. Yeah. Clayton, I'm going to actually just let you have the final word.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that it's been an amazing experience.
It has.
Thank you for having me. You gents are absolutely talented, great people.
Oh.
I am a firm endorser of this podcast. Everybody should be tuning in every week for all the guests. You guys are the future that people deserve. You are the talent that people and the platform that people deserve to see and appreciate. And you both need your flowers.
Clock it.
And we out.
That's it.
Peace.
Peace.